It seems as if Arsenal are closing into their first official transfer of the window, as Arsenal look to agree a fee for Brighton's England international Ben White. We will also discuss the future of Kieran Tierney and also go through the transfers of James Maddison and Yves Bissouma. So join me today in the newest episode of the Transfers FC. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boy's channel. I just want to say a massive shout out to you guys for all the support that you've given your boy over yesterday's interview with the main man Chris Wheatley. I appreciate the love as always, and I'm trying my best to make the best possible content. As always, if you do enjoy, smash a like on the video, and while you're down there, please do consider subscribing to your boy's channel as well, as we are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Right, yo, then first things first, Ben White to Arsenal, and how close is this deal? Last night we had some breaking news coming out from David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, Chris Wheatley, and all the reliable Arsenal sources on this potential transfer. David Ornstein says, first things first, Arsenal are moving closer to agreement with Brighton for Ben White. Brighton wants a guaranteed £50 million, however Arsenal offering 45 plus 5 in add-ons. Face-to-face talks have taken place and negotiations continue over add-ons, payment structure, etc. No other bidders yet. So as the reliable David Orney says there and there, Arsenal are closing into an agreement with Brighton over the £50 million potential transfer of Ben White, and the only thing Arsenal have left to sort out is the payment structure, because normally Arsenal like to pay transfers in installments, but in this one Brighton want a lot more money up front. Even Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Arsenal are confident to sign Ben White from Brighton in the next few days. Work in progress on final fee, personal terms already agreed, and Anderlecht's midfielder Lokonga has been approached by Atlanta as well. He only wants Arsenal as a priority, so Arsenal could be looking to complete the official transfer of Ben White in the next coming days, and Arsenal are confident, as reported by Fabrizio there and there. Even the main man Chris Wheatley says that Arsenal are closing in on the signing of Ben White, and also says that Lokonga should be next in, with the player sales to take priority afterwards. Arteta and Edu focusing on adding Premier League proven players to the squad. But all in all, what you have there and there is a lot of reliable tier 1 Arsenal sources all saying the same thing, and that means only one thing, my guys. Ben White, as things stand right now, is close to becoming an official Arsenal player. Arsenal have agreed personal terms with the player. It's been reported the player is gassed on the prospect of joining Arsenal. He wants to join our gargantuan institution, and as all three of the sources have claimed, this deal should be completed in the next few days, and finally we can move on to the next players. Even the Brighton reporter Aidan J. Wood says on Ben White, one source has told him that discussions are ongoing between the two clubs as a structure of the deal, but either way this will not be a problem. Barring any late bids from other clubs, I don't think there will be, Ben will be an Arsenal player. We haven't got the famous 3 words of the here we go just yet. Let me know your thoughts down below as always on Ben White, and are you happy with this transfer? And for £50 million, is it a wisest of signings? And in terms of who he's going to replace, the Times claim that Arsenal were likely to sell Holding this summer, and that Ben White was brought in to replace David Luiz. Now on man like Rob Holding, having spoken to Chris Wheatley yesterday, he says that Holding is seen as a key player by the Arsenal hierarchy, and that Holding will not be leaving Arsenal this summer. But in terms of Ben White coming into Arsenal, a lot of fans think he is competing or replacing William Saliba, but as the Times have pointed out here, it's actually to replace the outgoing David Luiz, the experience of David Luiz replaced by the 23-year-old of Ben White. Ben White of course is also a right-sided centre-back, very comfortable on the ball. That's his biggest strength as a centre back. And while your boy is not overly excited about the transfer, I'm happy with it because I like the player, and as long as a certain French Mbappe of centre backs gets given a chance, I am all for Arsenal signing Ben White. But on that player and William Saliba, Charles Watt has said that Arsenal insists Saliba remains a part of their club's plans and will be given the chance to stake his claim for a place in the squad this summer. I don't know what is happening with the future of William Saliba, because the agents are kind of making up noises that he could be leaving on loan, whereas Arsenal have always said that we're going to keep this guy and give him a chance in pre-season. That's why right now your boy is just very confused. But as Chris Wheatley says, William Saliba is in France's squad for the Olympics in Tokyo. It means he is likely to miss the start of the season, with the games being held from July 21st to August 7th. Now this further complicates everything for William Saliba, because the whole thing that Arsenal was saying was they're going to give him a chance to shine in pre-season, but if he's with the France national team instead in the Olympics in Tokyo, how is he meant to impress the likes of Arteta and Edu and stake a place in Arsenal's first team? And as Charles Watt says here, Arsenal will not stop William Saliba from going to the Olympics with France. The club's policy is if a player is selected by their country, the player can then go. Same goes for Gabriel after his Brazil call-up. So now Arsenal face the prospect of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba being at the Olympics during the start of the season. Not only does that complicate Arsenal's pre-season plans, but also who is going to be Arsenal's main centre-back pairing next season. And so going into the start of next season, let me know down below, what do you want to see as Arsenal's starting centre-back partnership? And moving on to Kieran Tierney and his new Arsenal contract, we have got breaking news and an official announcement from Arsenal themselves, as this morning they confirmed that KT3, Tesco's finest Kieran Tierney, has signed a new contract with Arsenal. So now we've got Kieran Tierney's contract out of the way. It's Tesco's finest and it's things you love to see, and low-key that's some tears in my eyes. And Tierney, on the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka, they are world class and are going to be for years and years. At times they carry the team this season. So that's now Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Kieran Tierney and Florian Balogun all signed down to long-term contracts. And you know who's left Arsenal? A certain ESR, the Croydon KDB, Emil Smith Rowe. Sort that contract out ASAP and we can move on to the future. But in terms of Kieran Tierney, do you guys see him as a future Arsenal captain? And if so, when would you give him the Arsenal armband? Fabrizio Romano on the Arsenal lounge says that Arsenal are convinced that Maddison could be perfect player for the number 10 position at Arsenal, so he's a real target. It is not yet advanced, and from Leicester's side they say if they want him they have to make an offer. They are aware of the interest. So Fabrizio's confirmed that Arsenal are looking at Maddison, and yesterday on your boy's channel Chris Wheatley himself confirmed that Maddison is towards the top of Arsenal's list as well. But as he also said in the video, it's all about the price tag and how much money Arsenal are willing to put forward for the player, and if the price tag is 60 to 70 million pounds, can Arsenal afford that, and how could they afford that? Chris himself of course referred to player sales, and I think that is the most realistic scenario. But let's not forget of course, if the Arsenal owners are serious about backing Arteta and Edu Gaspar, if they are serious about that, then why don't they go out there and give Arsenal the money to bring James Maddison to the Emirates Stadium? But how much money would you guys be willing to pay for James Maddison? Is it 60, is it 70, or is it lower, or is it higher? Sky Sports News say that Arsenal are also in positive talks with Anderlecht over signing of Albert Sambi Lokonga. And just like with Ben White, we've also agreed personal terms with Lokonga. It's just a matter of agreeing the fee with the club itself. But apparently Arsenal looking to sign 2 central midfielders, so who is the other player going to be? Well, Edin J. Wood, the Brighton reporter, says for those asking, Basuma is on Arsenal's list of midfielders. He is not the priority, however. Arsenal are looking for a different type of midfielder to play alongside Partey. Thank you very much for that, Edin J. Wood, but we already knew that. And as Chris Wheatley said yesterday, Arsenal liked the player, but yet to put forward a formal offer. Personally speaking, I think after we confirm Sambi Lokonga and Ben White, I think that Arsenal look to prioritise getting the players out first, like Guendouzi, like Torreira, like Granit Xhaka, and once we get the money in, Arsenal will look to make moves for James Maddison and Yves Bissouma or another type of central midfielder. But in terms of the other type of central midfielder, one Renato Sanchez. Well, according to 90 Min's Jamie Spencer, he has given an exclusive saying that Arsenal are keeping an eye on Lille's Renato Sanchez, who is keen to prove himself in the Premier League, and that Sporting's Pedro Gonçalves also a player of interest as Arsenal's summer rebuild plans continue. Let's just focus in on Renato Sanchez. He is a baller, of course, playing for Portugal and balling out for Portugal at the Euros, and of course he plays for a club in Lille who also love to sign players for. Look at Gabriel Magalhaes and look at Nicolas Pepe. But with all due respect, I'm just not quite sure how reliable 90 men are, but I would not mind Renato Sanchez at Arsenal. But if you could choose out of Renato Sanchez and Yves Bissouma, or maybe even Ruben Neves, what central midfielder do you want to see Arsenal sign? Or is there someone else that you guys have on your minds? Let me know down below. Hector Bellerin is among the names under consideration by Inter to replace Hakimi, who is set to join PSG very soon, says Demasio. And as Chris Wheatley confirmed on the channel yesterday, Bellerin is very close to leaving Arsenal. and he's in negotiation with clubs in Italy and of course Spain as well. But I think the only thing that's holding back the Bellerin transfer right now is the amount of money Arsenal wants, because in terms of Inter Milan, of course an Italian club, these clubs love a loan with the obligation to buy, and Arsenal want the money up front straight away in the bank via bank transfer. With the likes of Xhaka, Torreira, Guendouzi and Bellerin already going, what other players do you want to see Arsenal sell this summer? Let's move on to the other Arsenal news today, and first things first, Dinos Mavropanos has confirmed to have left Arsenal and is going to Stuttgart. As David Ornstein confirms here, Konstantinos Mavropanos of Stuttgart, it's a 1-year loan with a 500k loan fee, 3 years if the move made permanent, an obligation to sign for £3 million if they remain in the Bundesliga, option to buy if relegated. Includes bonuses up to £1.5 million, so £5 million in total, and a sell-on clause. Overall, your boy is not gonna lie, I'm not the most impressed with the overall package in his transfer, but why couldn't Arsenal just get a little bit more money for the player? But overall, life goes on. We've saw Mavropanos. I wish him the best of luck at Stuttgart, and now I want to see more, like Xhaka, Torreira, Guendouzi. Arsenal, sort it out, get it confirmed, and let's move on to our other targets. The Mail are reporting that Manchester City will complete a record-breaking £100 million deal for Jack Grealish after the England star has finished representing his country at Euro 2020. Even though your boy would love to have seen Super Jack at Arsenal, the dream remains a dream and only a dream. But if Man City are to sign Super Jack, I think it does mean in terms of Aston Villa, it makes sense to why they've been so heavily after Emile Smith-Rowe. Of course, they've already spent big breaking their record to sign Emiliano Buendia, and if they would have spent upwards of £40 million on Smith-Rowe as well, it makes sense because they're trying to replace their star boy. But in terms of Arsenal, it's very simple. Sort out Smith-Rowe's contract and put these pathetic transfer rumours to bed, because if Aston Villa do get money and they put a massive bid forwards, with Arsenal, you just never know. But that is the video there and there. If you have enjoyed, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and while you're down there, also do consider subscribing to your boy's channel as well. If you could also follow your boy on them social medias, especially on the Instagram, the links will be down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC and Arsenal. I know that you're close to signing a player, but let's get an official announcement as well, and that would be massively appreciated. I will see you guys soon in a bit.